It's always a great pleasure. What can I say today? It's a beautiful day. Thank you very much for stopping. I appreciate you. We're going to go through things very, very quickly. I know there's a lot to be spoken about, but today we're just going to touch a few things very quickly. I know, thank you very much. You know, I like you. I always like you. And I know I look good. I look good, man. You see that? I look good. Looking good ain't just a woman thing. Looking good is not just a woman thing. Man's gotta look good. Okay, so what's happening, fellas? Let's talk about something very interesting. Thank you very much for stopping. I appreciate you. This is home. We talk about the motherland here. You want to know about Africa? You are at the right place. You want to know about Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, South Africa, Botswana, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Malawi, Mozambique, Nigeria, Ghana, you name it. You're at the right place. I see you from all over the place, from the United States of America. I salute you. From the UK, I see you. From the Caribbean. We one family. Let's get to this. BRICS. Do you know BRICS? BRICS is a group of countries that came together to help each other. Many people perceive them as an opposition to the G7. Who are the G7? G7 are 7 of the most powerful countries in the Western Hemisphere. You know which one they are. Now, the G7 people have been perceived for the longest time as domineering over the rest of the world. And the rest of the world have had enough of being put on the backstage. So BRICS was born with Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. Many other countries have joined BRICS already. Now, is BRICS about to die? Are there weak links in BRICS? Let's try to find out what's happening across BRICS so we can understand where we're going very quickly. Number one first, let's talk about Iran. Okay, you know what Iran is? Iran is one of those countries that's been very rebellious toward the United States of America. They don't want to back down, okay? They don't want to be intimidated. They feel like they have the right to exist just like Americans. The United States of America feel like Iran doesn't deserve to have the nuclear bomb. Iran feels like for their own integrity, they have to have the nuclear bomb because they feel like the majority of those countries that don't have the nuclear bomb are usually invaded by the US, if not regime changed, like the case of Venezuela. So Iran, like North Korea, feel like they need to have a nuclear bomb to prevent such intrusion from any countries across the world. Now, what's happening in Iran right now? We know the United States of America has sent an armada of naval ships, naval military ships, carriers going across the Detroit to try to get very close to Iran. Sorry about that. The United States of America sent carriers to put pressure on Iran, okay? And what we know, we're going to try to share with you today what's happening. Why isn't the United States of America striking Iran? Because they gave Iran an embargo and they gave them an ultimatum saying, you have to change things very quickly. If not, we're going to destroy you. Well, the U.S., is it scared? Because the U.S. has not attacked yet. Is the U.S. scared to attack Iran and strike? Well, what's happened right now is the United States of America has not been able to strike Iran because of risk of escalation. That's number one. Risk of regional escalation. Iran has threatened to expand the U.S. track into a wider conflict, potentially involving proxies and allies, which could destabilize the region. If you see on the map, we probably going to put a map for you now. If you see on the map, Iran is very close to the Dubai, to UAE, to Saudi Arabia, to many countries that are allied to the United States, to Qatar. So if you start war with Iran, Iran will bomb blindly any of these countries. And that's not what Donald Trump wants right now. Number two, diplomatic pushback from allies. Many countries in the Gulf next to Iran don't want to get involved. Okay, Saudi Arabia told the United States of America, we don't want to give you our airspace to strike Iran because we know of the consequences. The UAE has urged restraint, fearing they could become a target of Iranian retaliation. They are scared. They don't want to get involved against Iran right now. Number three, there's an internal debate. Donald Trump administration is deliberately over clear objective. They want to have over clear objective. Is it about regime change in Iran or limited strike. Now, there's a big question here. If the United States of America strike Iran, Iran will strike back against Dubai, against UAE, against Qatar, against Saudi Arabia, against many countries that are friendly to the United States of America. They're even going to strike Israel. But if the United States of America don't strike Iran, because the ships have been going and they return without striking, so the US, that's very delicate. They either have to strike or not strike. If strike, Iran will retaliate. They will hit Israel. If they strike, Iran will hit Dubai. If they strike, Iran will hit Qatar and these countries. If they don't strike, Iran and the rest of the world and North Korea and them will know that America don't always do what they say they're going to do. And that's going to make America look weak, especially Donald Trump. Okay, China, number 2, has promised to start a new exercise with Iran, a new military exercise, military drill of naval drill with Iran. Is this a way China is supporting its friend from BRICS? We're going to find out about that. I think it's very interesting because a lot of people are watching. We saw what's happening in Venezuela. United States of America went to Venezuela, took the president of a country away from his people. And this person was supposed to be friend, very good friend with South Africa, with China, Russia, and them, and they did not react. And many people said China and Russia have no balls to protect their own people. Now, if they allowed Venezuela to happen the way it's happened, should they also allow Iran? Well, they shouldn't if they want to have a level of credibility. That's why China is now putting pressure to support Iran so that it can push the United States of America back. Now, the other question, number 3, why isn't Russia protecting Iran? Because they're all part of BRICS. Well, Russia is not protecting Iran directly into a military confrontation against the United States of America because Russia doesn't necessarily want to go to war against America. And also must remember that Vladimir Putin is a very good friend, or not diplomatically, with Trump. Putin doesn't want to put too much pressure on Trump. Why? Because Trump has not put too much pressure on Putin with regard to Ukraine. So because Trump has not been putting too much pressure on Putin in Ukraine, Putin feels compelled to give him back that favor. Remember, when Biden was in power, Biden put a lot of pressure on Vladimir Putin by supplying weapons and money and all that stuff to Ukrainians. Well, they even made a promise to Ukraine they will receive long-range missiles from the United States of America. Trump has not done that. Trump has been very, very slow about that. And that has given Putin the live stream he has been able to do. So in replication, Vladimir Putin is not trying to put too much pressure or be confrontational against Donald Trump. Therefore, the Russians have said they don't have any military deal with Iran, saying that they should be able to protect Iran should Iran go to war against the United States of America. Let's talk about South Africa and India. Is India the weakest link in BRICS? Is India moving towards the United States of America? Is India now shifting toward America? Well, number one, India recently shifted toward the US. India appears to be aligning more closely to the United States of America interest in recent action. Number one, we saw about the South African drill, okay? India opted out of Wheel of Peace 2026 BRICS naval exercise. South Africa called the countries from BRICS to come together and do an exercise in South Africa. The Russians sent ships. The Chinese sent ships. Iran sent ships. India refused to come. India said this is a South African project. It's not necessarily a BRICS problem or project. They're not going to get involved. But some people feel like India is actually trying to please America. Number two, India has promised to buy Venezuela's oil. The US has pitched Venezuela crude to India to reduce reliance on Russian oil. So India is moving toward America. Trump claimed on February 2026 that India will buy Venezuela's oil as opposed to buying it from Iran. So we see where things are moving. Is India's mentality changing toward his friend? Can you trust people forever? Question mark. Can you be allied to some people and actually give them your heart and expect they're going to defend you? That's a good lesson we're learning here. That's what it is, fellas. I think it's a very interesting thing. We just wanted to go through this very quickly with you. It's very clear the United States of America sent an armada of naval ships and carriers going toward Iran. Everybody was expecting to see bombardment and destruction. Well, the Americans have been there, and the Americans have left the Gulf so far. They haven't bombed. Have they left? They say they've moved strategically. What has happened? What we know is, number one, America has to strike. If America strikes, however, the allies of America, we're talking about the UAE, we're talking about Saudi Arabia, we're talking about Qatar, are not happy with that because they're scared Iran will strike them back. Now, if America don't strike Iran, it's going to show weakness. It means intimidation without action. So some other people in the future will not take America seriously. Let's talk about China. China is helping Iran do exercises right now as a pushback to protect its interests. Because the United States of America has been in Southeast Asia helping the Philippines and other countries against China. Let's talk about South Africa. South Africa organized a drill bringing military from BRICS to come together and unite. India refused to be part of the drill, even though there was Russia, Iran, and other countries. Now, let's talk about India. What is India doing right now? Is India moving and shifting toward America? Because India made a promise to buy Venezuela's oil instead of Russian and Iranian oil. India, number two, did not be part of the drill organized by South Africa, even though they are part of founders of BRICS. Are we seeing a snitch somewhere there? Let me know how you feel about this, fellas. It was a great pleasure. Thank you very much for attending this live. We're going to have another one very, 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 very soon following up, perhaps at the end of the day. Let me know how you feel. Always blessed. God bless.